Hello friends, this is Flavors here at the Daily PvP's desk again. Welcome back. Right now I'm going to be bringing you the second match that took place just a little while ago on the PTS 2.8, a grudge match between Europe and US. It's POT5 against Tomb of Freedon Nadd. Next match is between Milfs, Mullets and Monster Tracks, an assortment of players from POT5 that know each other so well, play well together. Some of them were part of Infinite Darkness, others were part of Casual. They will be playing against another guild this time, not Silly's Mom, but MVPs. Formerly all Russian guild, but these times are gone. It's actually really cool how times change, and I could never believe that an all Russian guild would move on to a pretty good international one, but that's exactly the case with MVPs. So let's not delay this any longer, let's just go ahead and jump into this game and see who comes out on top. In the northeastern corner of the Corellian Square arena, we've got a Republic team for a change, and it is really a refreshing change, you know, because it feels these days that 95% of PvP population SWTOR just plays Empire. They're sticking by the guild tag Loud Noises for the PTS, but their official guild tag is MVPs. They're well-known Tomb of Freedon Nadd guild, long-standing, took many shapes and forms, but have prevailed over times, never fell apart, although at some point in time it felt like they would, but stayed together and still strong. We'll see if they will be a good match for the Prophecy of the 5 team. As we can see from their setup, they're running some kind of a hybrid Vanguard tank. That is the kind is when you play Tactics or Advanced Prototype, middle tree with Riot Gas or Oil Slick from the shield spec, and utilize full tank gear. In the southwestern part of Corellian Square arena, we've got Milf, Mullets and Monster Tracks. I'm gonna call them Triple AMT from now on. They're still sticking to their setup of Balanced Sorcerer, Hybrid DPS Assassin, Carnage Marauder, and of course Operative Heals. And you know what, I feel that for this match, especially in light of MVPs having a Vanguard hybrid tank, this setup will be strong. I'm assuming these guys here, Triple MT, will be sticking to their strategy of tunneling, and the game is starting. Let's find out. It looks like Triple MT are choosing to engage first to get that momentum. I can see Cubro from MVP is trying to scan, but unfortunately too late, gets engaged by the Marauder, and look at that. They are not giving him any room to breathe. Oh my, dropping HPs so quickly. His team is trying to desperately keep him alive, but that is where Vanguards are extremely vulnerable. They don't really have that many CDs to mitigate damage, and look at the setup of MVPs. They're using a commando healer against any other setup, especially some kind of hard switch burst setup. This might work, but will it work against a hard tank tunneling strategy? And look at that, Vanguard is out of CCs completely. It seems that MVPs are really surprised, and I would be, seriously, because, you know, normally on Tomb of Freedon Nadd you would never see that kind of strategy where the enemy team would just go for your tank. God damn it, Vanguard's feeling squishy right now, I guess, even though normally they're not, you know, playing in Tactics. Middle tree gives you a lot of survivability in stun, but these guys, Triple MT, they didn't need to stun the tank. They just dotted him and kept at him with their force attacks until he dropped. Unfortunately, Commando Healer for MVPs had no chance, and I guess the rest of the MVP's team will be just disposed of quickly. And so round 1 goes to Triple MT. I'm not surprised, you know, these guys from their first game against Silly's Mom have shown a pretty good performance. It was a really close match, which could have gone either way, and I never expected anything less from them in their game against MVPs. But, you know, like I said in the first game, the tank tunneling strat can work only once perhaps against experienced teams, and MVPs might just come back from this right now, just like Silly's Mom did. Will they be showing us some kind of change in their tactics? Pretty much the opening is still the same. This time though, Cubro scans faster and pops a couple of Triple MT's members out of stealth. But will it help him? Igor seems to be engaging on the sorcerer and dealing some kind of damage to him, but will it be sufficient? They really need to pressure one of the Triple MT's members so he wouldn't be able to output any of his damage, because they really need to reduce that amount of damage their tank is taking. You see, he's already popped everything he had except his med pack, and once that med pack is gone, the tank is completely exploded. He didn't even use the med pack. There was just no chance for him. So much damage and the tank is gone. That was incredibly quick second round, and you must take note that at the same time Triple MT's been doing a great job at controlling the healer on MVP's side. They just didn't stand a chance in this game, but there will be more games between MVPs and Triple MT's. We will see whether or not they will be able to turn this around, because I'm pretty sure it's safe to say both of these teams, Seely's mom and MVP's, can freely assume that Milfs, Mullets and Monster Tracks will be sticking to the strategy of tank tunnel. There's really not much more they can do with their current setup. It's directed at that kind of strategy, because for anything else to be accomplished by this setup of Triple MTs, they need to change something, and that will probably be immediately apparent to their opponents. But let's look at the scoreboard here. Pretty much as we've seen from the previous games against Seely's mom, tank is completely disabled. No protection, no damage, nothing. He just didn't know where to hide this time. But in case of Juggernaut tanks who have a lot of defensive cooldowns, plus let's be honest here, it's much easier to heal with an operative. So Seely's mom had a lot more chance to keep their tank alive, and even then it was really close. The tank just by chance didn't die in that first games, round 2 and 3. If he died, that game would have absolutely gone Prophecy of the Five's team way. It didn't though. In this case, Vanguards do not have as many defensive cooldowns as Juggernauts, plus Commandos are kind of limited when they have to deal with that amount of damage. They have to resort to their channeled heals, and channeled heals can be easily interrupted by the sorcerer here, who has of course 30-meter interrupt. So this kind of team comp MVPs have is really vulnerable, I feel, for what Triple MTs have to offer. But anyways, that was the second game played on the PTS. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be moving on to the third game shortly, so don't go too far away. But if you have to change diapers from the excitement, you know, you've been having watching these games, that's fine. Just come back and put that third match on. So see you next game.